Welcome back to Enlisted. A bit different today. I'm doing a post-battle commentary. This is my best battle so far by a mile. I was playing in the Panzer 3J and also did a bit with the infantry as well in this one. So I'm going to spectate myself and commentate. If we just switch to me, and there we go. Starting in the Panzer 3J. I spawn in, and what was good was I had infantry in front of me straight away, so this was a nice spawn in. Immediately I decide to be cautious, which is my usual playstyle with tanks in this game, and stay back and don't push forward too quickly. Let my infantry push in. And I just take some blind shots here. I can't see anything at this point, so it's just blind firing. I'm sticking with the AP shell just in case a tank turns up. Firing a machine gun. So I'm just staying back. There's some infantry now, I'm just taking some out. I'm still firing that AP shell because I still think there's going to be some tanks turn up any minute. If I feel like there's only going to be infantry around, I'll be switching to the HE shell, but I got a bit paranoid at this point. I just think there's going to be tanks, and tanks do turn up. So you can see I'm staying far back, because it boosts your survivability. I mean, the Panzer 3J does get more armour than the previous Panzer 3s at BR1, but it's still not brilliant. So keep yourself a bit of distance, just boost your survivability a little bit. I've just got this ridge in front of me as well. I want to use this ridge as a bit of protection. Again, I'm firing more infantry down, mainly with a machine gun. So that's where the HE would have been better there when I fired that AP shell. There's a cluster of infantry and missed it with the AP. I think the HE probably would have got him. But like I say, I'm paranoid that tanks are going to turn up, so I stick with the AP shell. I'm trying to rely on the machine gun to take the infantry out. So my Stug here, who's pushing forward, my teammate, he's getting aggressive, and you can see this will be a mistake in a moment. Something's firing across, and I wasn't sure whether it was a tank or a field gun. There's definitely some kind of shell being fired across at us. And my teammate doesn't last very long. I made a wise decision staying back here, trying to use this ridge in front of me as protection. So I'm thinking there's either a field gun or there's a tank in front that's firing across. So I'm definitely staying back. And as you see, my teammate goes. And that's the problem, if you get too aggressive and expose yourself in this game, you don't last very long. Playing tanks, I think, is the total opposite of playing infantry in this game. In infantry, you want to be aggressive. I think with tanks, you've got to be more cautious. Unless it's one of those fast-moving tanks, the armoured cars, you might want to be a bit more aggressive then, because you've got the speed. They don't really suit my playstyle. This suits my playstyle more, being more cautious, staying back. And wisely, I retreat a bit because I'm taking fire. Again, I want to try and boost my survivability. I can still take shots back even though I can't see the enemy very well. And again, I get another kill there, probably infantry there. And I think it's a tank at this point because I've just taken it out. It's the BT-7. This Panzer 3J doesn't really have one-shot potential like, say, the Semavente at BR1. But it's still a pretty decent tank killer. A few shots on tanks and it usually takes them out, even a T-28. But I'll still put it as the primary role as infantry killer, but secondary role tank killer. Again, shooting down. I think it's another tank at this point, although I don't get the kill straight away. There was a couple of tanks there. I think that's a T-28. I haven't killed it off yet though. He's poking out, here we go. He's shooting back though. And I've got some more infantry. I think I've got more crew actually. And I managed to take it out. It was the T-28. Finished the crew off. So again, it's demonstrating you need a few shots with the Panzer 3J to take some of these tanks out. But it usually does the job if you can survive. I think the only one that's a tank killer is the Semavente at BR1. That's like the primary tank killer. This one I put still more as an infantry killer, but you can take the tanks out with a few shots. So at the moment my tank is damaged, I can't get moving. There's a problem with the tracks, there's a problem with the powertrain. I think they call it the final drive at the front. I always thought it was an axle, but I think it's called the final drive. You'll see in a moment. I can't fix straight away. I'm waiting for the icon for me to be able to fix. You get like that spanner icon so you can fix the tank up, but you don't always get it straight away. I don't know why that is. At the moment I'm jumping back in and out of the tank because I want to try and fire at something. But I'm too far back at this point. I need to move up. So now I can repair now, you see. I've got my spanner. The tracks have gone. So I'll fix those up. Now this is this front part. It's to do with the powertrain. I think they call it the final drive. It basically looks like an axle at the front there. So I need to fix that. I managed to fix all the track up. And I've got to fix this as well, which is a big reason why the tank stopped moving. And I start to get it all repaired. And then I jump back in the tank and I'm moving again. So I finally managed to enter the tank again. And I push up a little bit, but again, not too far. Still, again, using this ridgeline if I can. Try and hide behind this stub for a little bit of protection. I know there's something out there, infantry, and I managed to shoot a few of them down here, with the machine gun mostly. So I'm really looking for infantry at the moment. And I managed to get 2 there with that shot, and that was with an AP shot as well, so that was pretty good. Again, I'm not switching to the HE because I'm paranoid another tank's going to turn up. You can see machine gun fire, so I'm just firing across. So I'm kind of in 2 minds whether to push up or not here. So I'm blind firing, something's there, and something's firing across, and it ends up being a field gun. I thought it was a tank firing at me at this point. It manages to take the tank out. You see here, look, it was an AT cannon, so it was a field gun that actually took me out. I thought it was a tank at the time. But not a bad start. Took some tanks out, got quite a lot of infantry. Now I'm into infantry myself now. I didn't do too much with my medics, my assault squad. I did best with the sniper, you'll see in a moment. I only spawned in once with the assault squad anyway. I did all my work mostly in the tank. And there's some enemy infantry straight away. I managed to take a few of those out. And that was about it, I think, with my assault squad. So I take them out, and this is where I probably need to be a bit more aggressive with my infantry and try and push up quicker. Kind of dilly-dallying around, not really knowing what to do. That's why I'm not great with infantry. So I decide to get across to that building. Sort of firing across. I know I want to sprint across to there, try and get into the building, but it proves to be a mistake. I I'm thinking about it. I want to get across there. So, I'll try it now. Darting across. Trying to use a bit of cover first. There we go. And again, look, I'm hanging about. I get taken out by the tank. That's where I should have got into that building quickly. But I get taken out anyway. There's a tank there. I think a anti-tank gun gets me as well. Another field gun. It is. It's AT cannon. That finishes my squad off, so I didn't do much there. Typical with infantry. But this is where it does go well. My sniper. Turn into a professional sniper here. So I'm just looking for enemy infantry from distance here. Using the scope. Can't see anyone. Too much smoke. That's a big problem with this game as well. When you get smoke everywhere, you just can't see anything. Even with the scope, it's difficult. There's one. Can I get him? No. There's a tank, and I fire at the tank instead. You're not doing much there, son. There's one on the ground. I got him. Boom. There we go. Professional sniper. There's another one. Oh no, it wasn't. There's one. Nearly shot my teammate instead there. So it's like push up because there's not really a lot of infantry around at the moment. I need to find a decent position. This is probably where I do struggle a little bit with the snipers, trying to find decent positions. I think I'm quite good at shooting with it, but if you don't find a good position, you can get killed quite easily. Got to be sneaky. I managed to find a good position here around this building. And a cluster of enemy infantry turn up, which is ideal because you just keep picking them off. And here they are, look. You just keep picking them off. Keep shooting. I've got to reload, which was unfortunate. Thankfully they stayed there though. I think this player was not great. He didn't keep his squad moving around. Just stayed in the same spot, allowed me to pick them off. Probably the kind of thing I would do with infantry. And I can just keep picking them off now. That's 4 kills. Reload. This is annoying when you got to wait for it to reload. But it is realistic, I guess. There we go. Take your shot. Took my time there. 5. 6. 7. And then they moved away. And then I start to think about where do I move to next. And this is where I wasn't really sure where to go. I didn't want to go darting out there and getting killed, so I kind of stayed here, and I think looking back on it I really should have relocated, perhaps found another position, because there's no infantry around. There's a tank nearby, but no infantry. So there's a tank ahead, look, across. I think this is where I get my final kill, just in front of that tank. Can't really shoot at a tank, so I've got no targets. I look across here, there's no targets around here. Again, there's a lot of smoke, it's hard to see. And this is where I think I probably should have relocated. So again, that's me not being a very good player. So all I've got is this tank, and then there's some infantry right in front. That's where I get my final kill, right in front of the tank. Then I'm taken down by another tank that flanks me. Probably a T-28. And I think this is about the end. There you go. All the squad gone. So, I think it's back in the tank.
The control point is ours. Move out to the next one.
And here we go again. Spawned in at the same spot at the beginning. And again, I don't want to move up too quickly. I'm in the driver's position here, then I switch to the gunner's position. I can see machine gun fire going on, so I'm still a bit reluctant to push up at the moment. I'm always scared of infantry. I'm more scared of the infantry than with tanks. Because the infantry run in and throw the TNT on the tank, or a grenade or something. So there is another tank there, so I made the right decision not to push up too quickly. I think I'm taking crew out. There's some more crew. I haven't got the full kill. I don't know what tank it is at the moment. And there's some more crew gone. Triple kill. And there we go, some more crew I think. I don't know what it was. Maybe there's a couple of tanks there, I don't know. Some infantry around as well. I can see machine gun fire around there. So I'm staying put, I'm not moving forward. Just waiting for something to poke out. There's some infantry there running up the hill. Take some shots. And so I fire. I actually managed to take a tank out here. I think I did. It was the T-28. So there might have been a couple of tanks around there. I wasn't sure unless there was some infantry when I was firing earlier. I've got a lot of kills. Some more infantry there. At this point I really think I do need to push up. My infantry are quite far ahead. And I've got to push up now because it's saying I'm leaving the battlefield, so I have to push up.
Excellent. Move out to the next control point.
Now this demonstrates how tricky the terrain can be to drive around on these maps.
Our mission is to hold our position.
This proves very tricky. I'm now back on the map, which is the good thing, but I really need to push up and support my infantry. I'm too far behind now. So I've got to poke my head out the hatch to try and see where I'm going because the terrain is very difficult to drive around. Very awkward. So I'm stuck around this way because there's logs in the way, so I have to find another route. And I go around the other way here. I've got to push up quickly, I've got to get involved. I've switched to the HE at this point. I'm thinking I'm probably going to go up against a lot of infantry now. I've taken that many tanks out. Surely there won't be many more. So again, really awkward. I'm trying to find routes up this hill. Come on, you can do it. I find out I can't get up this way. Take another route. There we go. And then I go up this way as well. And this is where I'm really praying that I can get over this ridge line here. I just managed to do it. And then I'm in business. Up around where my infantry are now.
Capturing a control point.
Let's move in. Get back in the gunner's position. Now I've not switched to my AP shell here, and I got away with it. I should have switched from the HE to the AP. I've still got my HE shell. I'm thinking there might be just a lot of infantry, but a tank turns up in a moment. I've got away with it big time. So again, I'm just slowly moving up now, because again, I don't know if there's a lot of infantry out there. I've not got much of my own infantry in front of me, so I haven't really got that protection there to push the enemy infantry back. That's why I always like my own infantry around my tank. It stops them moving in. Okay, I'm just waiting a little bit, seeing what's around, and then I move in. And this is where I get a bit fortunate. There's the tank, just turns up, exposing all of his side, but I'm still firing the HE. I didn't switch the AP shell, but I got away with it. Managed to take all the crew out and knock the tank out. It was just a BT7. If that had been a T28, I would have had to switch that shell type, which takes a bit of time. You have to fire a HE shell before you can switch the AP. But I got away with it. The HE was enough to take that tank out with a few shots. So again, I want to move up a little bit. I can't see things very well. I'm getting stuck on stuff, so put my head out. This is risky, but I've got to do it, otherwise I can't move. Right, now get back in the tank quick. So now I've got a bit of infantry in front. Unfortunately, they don't survive very long, which kind of didn't help in the end. This is around the time I got killed. But I do take a lot more infantry. I got one there. That was with the AP shell. Took 3 out. Wasn't even firing the HE there. Took 3 infantry. But I made the right call sticking with the AP because the tank turns up in a minute. In fact, I can just about see him, I think. I think that might have been him. Anyway, it turns up in a minute. Pops up around this building. And it's a T28 as well, so I made the right call sticking with the AP shell. I'm just firing at anything. I don't know what's out there other than I can see machine gun fire, so sometimes it's just worth taking some blind shots, and you never know. Just keep firing that machine gun, spam it. See, I've not got a lot of infantry around me here, so I'm a bit of a sitting duck, and I decide to reverse, which is probably a good decision. Something's firing at me. Pull back. And here's the tank, and it is a T28, so I'm praying at this moment that I can survive. Just keep firing, take a lot of crew out there. Keep firing. He's firing back, he's not firing very well. He fired into the ground. He's probably panicked. I took all his crew out and took the T28 out as well. Nice one. Again, demonstrating it can take tanks out, but it won't one shot. You know, it's usually several shots to try and take these tanks out. You just got to hope you survive. And now I'm waiting for infantry. I'm still firing the AP because I keep thinking other tanks are going to turn up any minute now. I've had so many tanks in this game. I mean, there's some battles where you hardly get any tanks. But this one, there's a lot of tank combat involved. But the AP is doing alright. This is, you know, the AP shell on this is not that bad for taking out infantry. And again, my teammates pushed up and probably gone a bit too aggressive there in the other tank. It doesn't last very long, but neither do I. There's too many infantry moving, and this is the problem you've got in tanks. If you haven't got your own infantry around to push them back, they come running in. The good players will be aggressive and will run in, and they'll throw the TNT explosive on your tank, which you'll see in a moment. You get a great view here. I'm trying to reverse at this point to get out. I know there's infantry pushing in, they're trying to flank. And there they are, he's running in. And this is what happens often when you're in a tank. Boom. I've got a few kills just at the end there, and then that's it. It takes me out. And that is the best battle I've had so far in this game. And I was top on my leaderboard. We did lose, unfortunately, but I'm not too bothered about that. I just want to concentrate on my own performance. And this was definitely the best by far. So I had to do it as a post-battle commentary, but I'll try and do it where I'm actually commentating whilst I'm playing, which is more like I'd want to do it. But anyway, I'll see you in the next one.